Alrighty, it is 11:54, and we are just about set for some Hornet soccer. We now hear the starting lineups.
Good afternoon and welcome to Mackenzie Field on the campus of Kalamazoo College for today's women's soccer match between the visitors from Hope College and your Kalamazoo College Hornets. Kalamazoo College, the MIAA, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by its student athletes, coaches, and fans. We request your cooperation in supporting the student athletes and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated in our grounds for the removal from the site of competition. Now for the starting lineups for today's match. First, for the visitors from Hope College, coached by Holly Bamble. Number 0, Jess Morvis. Oh shit, sorry. Wrong one. Now the actual Hope College visitors. Okay. Kendall Robertson, number 0. Number 4, Grace Fowler. Number 5, Carly Wagaski. Number 11, Olivia Diepa. Number 13, Sophie Novak. Number 15, Mia Hesley. Number 16, Adeline Rath. Number 19, Liz Bellinger. Number 22, Ainsley Harris. Number 25, Megan McCauley. And number 27, Hallie Bernard. Now your starters for the Hornets, coached by Jill Mason. Number 0, Jess Forbes. Number 2, Allie Armin. Number 3, Maeve Nolan. Number 8, Kate Cahorst. Number 10, Sydney Hageman. Number 11, Callie Aber. Number 13, Elle Bernas. Number 17, Lucy Kripe. Number 20, Ruby Hogan. Number 22, Annie Schnell. And number 24, Allie Kemery. At this time, we invite you to stand for the playing of the national anthem.
Alrighty, well, there you have it, your starting lineups. And we thank you for joining our little traditions here on the MAC. We're back on Mackenzie Field as the Hornets face off Hope College. For the Hornets compete for a cause, playing for the West Michigan Cancer Center. We encourage you to donate online or in person. I'll have more information about that in the half. The Dutch, fresh off a 2-0 win against Adrian College, and the Hornets are looking to break out of their losing streak. It has been 3 straight losses for Kalamazoo. They lost to Calvin, Trine, and Albion. 3 straight. All right, guys. 2 of which I can argue should have been wins for the Hornets, specifically Trine and Albion. I think they kind of just, for Trine specifically, I think they lost it in the second half, which it's room for improvement there for the Hornets. For Albion, I think overall that game was just not their game. However, just yesterday, the women's volleyball team broke out of their 10-game losing streak with a spectacle of a win against the Alma Scots. I was there, so selfish plug here, but I broadcasted that game. Phenomenal game. I encourage you guys to go watch that game, honestly, on our YouTube channel. So, as we've seen, can we see the script flip tonight in Kalamazoo's favor, as it did for our women's volleyball team? Well, we have at least 90 minutes of Hornet soccer to find out. And we're just about set, actually, for kickoff. And it might actually be right at the 12-minute, at the 12 o'clock start time. I'm excited for this one. The air's nice. It's good weather. The atmosphere is good. A lot of people in the crowd. I'm Maya Pasillas. This is Mackenzie Field, and this is Hornet Soccer. And with the whistle, we are off. Thinking Kalamazoo is going to try to start out early here today. Kind of already seen an attempt to get it down the field. But definitely looking for some cleaner play by the Hornets. And already a bit of tussle here. I'm imagining this might be a bit of a physical game, as most games do go. Just a part of soccer, you know? I personally enjoy a little bit of competitiveness. As we see the Dutch already trying to gain some possession points. The Dutch pushing down the field, trying to test the freshman goalie. Can we see our first attempt? Shot! And off the mark. Ooh. Thought we were going to see some early scoring here on Jess Forbes. And Jess Forbes actually completed 2 shutouts. So the freshman goalkeeper sharing minutes with Alana Mitchell. You would think as a freshman, not a lot of minutes, but actually, honestly, sharing goal with Alana Mitchell and really showing off her stuff. Not afraid to come out. Has a little bit of a different playing style than Alana Mitchell. I think Alana Mitchell tends to come out of goal more and challenge players one-on-one. Just Forbes takes a bit of a more reserved, defensive style, which works. I mean, hey, if you got something not broke, then just keep using it. And again, I imagine this game will probably be played primarily in the midfield. That's just what tends to happen. Kalamazoo, in my opinion, a good takeover here. Could be something building up. A bit of one-on-one play. It's Callie Bear. And then a shot off. Trying to get a shot off quick there. Right into the hands of Kendall Robertson. And back to my thought. Primarily, I think this game is going to be won in the midfield. So whoever has a stronger midfield here is going to win the game, in my opinion. Also, Kalamazoo has a strong midfielder. Oh, well, not midfielder, but a midfield. Personally, I see them really just kind of, the attack stems from the midfield for Kalamazoo, in my opinion. We've seen a couple attacks build out from the back, but mostly for me, I've seen the midfield attacks form. Maeve Nolan is a person to watch in the midfield, good in takeovers. In the back line, I would pay attention to Lucy Kripe. And working here on the side of the box, trying to get it out for a corner. And it was off. Not entirely sure. Maybe Ruby Hogan. But it is going to be a goal kick. Triangle, Hope goes short. Still thinking about that trying game, I think. Should have been a win. Hope really staying on their back foot, which kind of surprises me, but could we be seeing something different here? Maybe, because now it's a Hope throw-in. Oh, a bit of confusion. Thought it was a Hornet throw-in. I believe the players on the field, and then it was awarded to Hope. Trying to juggle down the line there. And it's not going to work out for them. But it is going to get them another throw-in. And now they're trying to work something up, top of the box. And it's just not going to work out for them. Bit of midfield play. Caliabear trying to make something happen. One-on-one with the goalie. That was a bit nervous. And now we see some quick touches from Hope. Good challenge there by Sydney Hageman. Hageman searching it down, falls to Maeve Nolan. Now Bear back, trying to get the ball back. They're going to send it back to Robertson in goal. Callie Bear not afraid to challenge here, which is good to see. She may be leading the attack today for the Hornets as the sole forward I see staying back. And now the Dutch trying to make something happen. It does go out for a throw-in. And now they have a dangerous throw-in in a preferred spot. And a bit of juggling, trying to get a cross off. They're just not able to beat the Hornets out. They do get awarded another throw-in. Could be something here. Shot. Thinking that was trying to cross it there. The cross did not work out. And now it's out again on the opposite side for a Hope throw-in. And it was quick. Still trying to gather the ball here. Possession's going to fall back to the Dutch. Trying to gather. Ruby Hogan trying to challenge here. They're just going to pass it back. Trying to reset some type of attack here. Could be something over the crossbar. An attempt nonetheless. Was about to be dangerous. Could have been a different ball game. Ruby Hogan already trying to create some trouble for Hope College. In the 1-6 loss up against Calvin, Ruby Hogan was the lone goal scorer in the second half. So we could be seeing a look from her today. As per usual, Ruby Hogan is usually a good martyr for the team. Now trying to build here. Kind of kicked over everyone. Now throw in. Good takeover there by the Dutch. Working. Corner of the box, and it's going to be beat out and sent out of here. Already seen some flank play just down off the sides of the fields here by the Dutch. Definitely going to be a point of attack that Kalamazoo pays attention to for the rest of the game probably. And now that was a well-timed pass, challenging, and just didn't get the right foot on it. That could have been a dangerous attack for the Dutch, but wasn't able to just get a good foot on it. Not a lot of power behind that. In general, I think Jess Forbes had her eyes on it. And now Jess Forbes showing off the leg into the midfield. Hope trying to gain possession. Ruby Hogan on the ball now. Went over by El Bernis. Trying to play it up the side. And it's just going to roll out for another Dutch throw-in. Oh, Bernis, I believe, just good to kick it out. But awarding Dutch another throw-in. Now some play. The edge of the midfield. Good here, trying to create something. Again, attacking that flank. Sent into the box. Oh, and just missed her mark. It was crossed into the box, and I believe that was heading into one of the 2 Dutch players in the box, and unfortunately, they were just not able to connect. I know Jess Forbes took a sigh of relief with that one. Now sent back into the midfield. Falls back to the feet here of the Dutch. Just beat Sydney Hageman there. Took a wrong touch. Sydney Hageman trying to gain possession again, and does. Maeve Nolan to pass it back. Back to the feet of Callie Bear. Now back with Hageman. Hageman loses it to the Dutch. Dutch pushing forward. The Dutch still pushing. Trying to get something off. El Bernis creating a bit of trouble. Still beat out. Now they're in the box. Empty goal and not there. The goal was empty. Forbes got caught off position there, hugging her near post. And the Dutch still not able to capitalize. Well, the attempts and the quality is there. The Hope College having a little bit of trouble with their attacking third. But it's not for a lack of chances as Hope tries to build something up now. The Dutch not afraid to make something happen. Cross beautifully, shot, and off the mark. And now Jess Forbes has seen a bit of action. Caught off position a couple times and just lucky that the shots were off the mark. If you weren't awake now, now you are. And now a bit of more play. Try to pass it off there to Callie Bear. Didn't work, and now the Dutch with another opportunity with a cross in the box. Oh, and missed the connection once again. But they're trying to repeat it. Cross into the box. Still connection missed. And now it's going to fall all the way back. They're going to pass it all the way back to Robertson. Robertson well off her mark. Getting challenged a bit here by Callie Bear. Calmly just pass it off to the side. Almost picked it off there. Ali Kemery, excuse me. Almost picking it off there. Now big cross. And caught off sides there. It was a nice idea setting up the cross from the back line. But just offsides there. Now it's going to be Jess Forbes again from goal. Showing off her stuff. Already seeing, I think, too much opportunities for the Dutch than you would feel comfortable. And now Bear challenging again. Can Bear get there? Almost does. Nervous moments for Robertson. Definitely won't be stepping off too far from the goal line again. Nervous moments as Robertson was challenged that goal. Callie Bear showing that pressure can do marvelous things in soccer. And again, Maeve Nolan able to win the ball back there, cutting off a pass. Trying to set up Callie Bear. Can she still? A bit of a tumble there. And now it's back in the possession of the Dutch. Top of the box, shot low. Forbes there to wrap it up. Forbes already scooping up the ball. Already been challenged a couple times. More than what I would deem necessary. Now a bit of struggle in the midfield. And yeah, that was an awarded foul. Definitely seen a little bit of push on the back. But I would call it more of a friendly tap, in my opinion. I think we're all friends on the soccer field. And set up long. Not enough on it. Trying to pass it over to Caliabear. Didn't work out. Forbes had an empty net, and it's still off the mark. Forbes came out of goal once again. Was not able to get her hands on it. And the shot was off the mark again. And that was Carly Wagaski with the shot off the mark. And they're trying to get another shot off once again as the Dutch dribble a little bit on the top of the box, trying to make a connection, and does. Unmarked in the box. Haley Bernard was unmarked in the box. Could have gotten a shot off, I think, if she would have turned around. She just didn't have enough possession of the ball and kind of lost it there. And again, it's going to be another Dutch throw-in. Bit of a struggle there. Maeve Nolan making sure that went out for a Hornet goal kick. Definitely do not want to see a corner as of now. Already challenged enough in goal. Helping out Jess Forbes there. Forbes into the midfield. Trying to set something up. The touch just a little bit long. Still trying to get there. As we said, Caliabear with good pressure. Working up the side again. You can definitely see the communication from the Dutch. And it's been working out for them. Sophie Novak, you can see her working that midfield, kind of pointing her arm where she needs the ball. The field is definitely not quiet, just not on the Hornets side today. And it's going to be out now by kind of just mishandled ball there. It's going to be out for a Dutch corner, the first one of the night. Or should I say the day? It is midday, isn't it? 12:17. About 17 minutes into the match. Already challenging Jess Forbes. And now we're going to see our first corner. Can the Dutch capitalize? This is a golden opportunity. Arm up. Service into the box. And it's off. Just off the mark. I think was intending to maybe challenge that post, that inner post there, but off the mark and just went right out into the net, side of the net. Now Forbes back into the midfield. They're going to lose it again to the Dutch. Got two Dutch in the box, three now. Falls to the back and off the mark, I believe. Oh, shot in! And it is goal for the Dutch. Thought that was off the mark once again as there was no reaction and a delayed reaction from the crowd as well. And it was a goal for the Dutch. It is 1-0 for the Dutch. Oh, waiting for the scoreboard to update. I could be wrong.
Goal number 19, Liz Bellinger.
And it was a goal for number 19. Going to be Liz Bellinger. And a turn of events here as we continue play. Not the prettiest looking goal, but honestly, it doesn't need to be pretty. That could be the game winning goal. It could be a 1-0 game for the rest of this game, and that will be your game winning goal. Maeve Nolan, good challenge there. Now it's going to be out. Off Schnell. Excuse me, not off Schnell. Off a Dutch defender. But it is going to be Schnell to throw it in. Hageman back. Hogan. Hogan loses it to a Dutch defender there. Just pass was a little bit off the mark. Now the Dutch working up the flank. Gonna see our first card of the game, and we will. It's gonna be a yellow card, waiting to see who it was awarded to officially. And just a little bit too hard of a challenge. And now the Dutch are gonna have a dangerous set piece at the corner of the box. Just not probably a place where you want to give up a set piece. And now we're going to see another dangerous opportunity for the Dutch. Shot. And off the mark. The Hornets breathing a sigh of relief there. Could have been dangerous. I think they were going for a top bin there, and they were off the mark. Forbes just watched it go out there, and now she's going to show off her leg once again into the midfield. Bit of a tussle play. No call there. Trying to make something happen, and right into the safe arms of Jess Forbes. Back into the midfield. Strong kick. Callier there. Callier trying to beat out the defender. Can she do it? Callier expecting a whistle, and there wasn't one. And now there is. But it's awarded to the Dutch. And now a bit of a conversation. Seems like they're both in understanding of what happened there. Callier creating some trouble for the Dutch back line. And now more work up here on the sides. I think they're giving the Dutch too much room to breathe. And as I say that, it's back in possession of the Dutch. Callier trying to get possession of the ball here, trying to juggle it cleanly. Does. Now it's Elle Byrne trying to beat out the defender, and she is unable to. It's going to be out, but for a Kalamazoo throw-in. Throw in. Now off the flank. And kind of seen a bit of hands there, but no call. It's going to just fall back to Robertson for a goal kick. Robertson gonna send it short, just off to the side. Callier just tracking it down a little bit, not too much pressure. And back to Robertson in the opposite direction now. A bear in a bit of a back and forth, just waiting. And now they push forward. The Dutch picked off. Now in the possession of the Hornets. Trying to make some contact there, and there was none. And now gonna get beat out. Will she get there? She does. One-on-one. Jess Forbes out from goal. And now stop. Can we see a card? And now a yellow card. Waiting to see on who exactly. And it was a yellow card Not exactly sure who it was awarded to, but it's not going to be a penalty kick. It's going to be a set piece just at the edge of the box. And a dangerous set piece now, a bit unusual, as our official calls the penalty at the top of the box, not in the box. And now, trying to challenge Jess Forbes at the corner, didn't work, and now it's going to be a Dutch corner as it's off Jess Forbes. Hey, you never know what to expect here on Mackenzie Field. And now, well, you may have seen it all. Corner here for the Dutch. Can they capitalize? Everyone in the box, just not enough on it. Trying to get a clearance here. And Harris creating some trouble, number 22 for the Dutch. It's going to just be passed back. Now, just a little bit of possession here. Again, a lot of green for the Dutch to play in. And kicked out now for a Dutch throw-in. And also, we're going to be seeing 4 subs for the Dutch. So, already a lot going on. Definitely not a lot of time to catch your breath here. But an eye-catching game, to say the least. As we are 1-0 with about 21 minutes left. And still a lot of game time, so Kalamazoo definitely trying to make something happen. Callie Bear seems to be their only player really pressing that back line, which not sure if that's the move to go with. But as soon as it hits that midfield, Ruby Hogan is there trying to get it cut off. And if it's not Ruby Hogan, it's Annie Schnell there as she sends it the other way. And Elle Bernis trying to track down the ball. And it's just going to fall back to the feet of Robertson. Callie Bear applying a bit of pressure is going to force her to go sideways. Send it down the field. And now, again, attacking that flank are the Dutch. Corner of the box, sending it. Now central. Trying to get a shot off. Oh, bit scary. I think you heard the crowd there. Jess Forbes not able to cleanly scoop that up. Had a bit of a mishandle, but able to cleanly just make sure that doesn't go into goal. Ruby Hogan now. It's going to fall back to Maeve Nolan, I believe. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Ali Armin. But just to fall back to the back line of the Dutch. Can we see more pressure being applied now? We will. And that's going to cause Schnell to gain possession. Schnell into the Dutch defender and out for a corner. We're going to see our first Kalamazoo corner. Can they capitalize? We will see. And now we're about set for our first corner. Hand up. Service. Trying to get a head on it. Falls to the back. Loose. And it's just going to roll out for a goal kick. I wouldn't say that was a wasted opportunity. I think, honestly, it was a good service into the box. Just didn't find the head of anybody. But in the case of a repeat, another corner, I would actually go with the same idea there. Maybe a little bit more central. Just there was a lot of bodies in the box, so in general, there was just a lot going on, so just didn't meet the head of any Kalamazoo player there. But we are going to get a throw-in now on the Dutch half, which is good news for Kalamazoo as we played primarily most of this first half on the Kalamazoo side. And the Dutch are trying to keep it that way as they press forward. She's going to beat out one, then pass it off. Two-man game now. But it's going to be kicked off. And back to Jess Forbes. Not for long, though. Jess Forbes leaves it off for Sydney Hageman. And it's going to be out. Ruby Hogan trying her best to keep that in and just rolled out of bounds there. It's going to be a Dutch throw-in. Callie Bear trying to get there. She's unable to. Seeing a little bit more pressure now. Still not a full press, but more than what we were seeing in the first couple minutes of the half. And throw-in now. Ruby Hogan is going to take primarily most of the throw-ins as she takes another one here. Has strong arms, usually can set up almost like a corner. If she has the right positioning, she can set it up almost like a set-piece corner. Now she's going to lose it here. Maeve Nolan trying to make something happen. Unable to. Schnell trying to win it over. She does. And just going to lose it again. No one with possession. And now the Dutch able to gain possession. And I've said it multiple times. They keep trying to work up that flank. They go up to the flank about halfway and then send it to the top of the box. And we could be seeing a repeat, and we do. Up there on the top of the box, trying to turn around, unable to. Falls to the feet, trying to make something happen. Connection, off the mark. And it's going to be a corner. Took a deflection. And now a Dutch corner. Bree Rose, I believe, number 12 for the Dutch. It's going to be taking that corner. Bree Rose seeing if she can make something happen for the Dutch. Arm up. Service. And almost made it happen. But it just went out. Forbes tried to get a hand on it. Wasn't able to. And just a late run in from one of the Dutch players. Wasn't able to get a head on it either. And now back into the midfield. Trying to fall to the feet of El Bernis. Dutch doing good to make sure that that one just goes out. Bit of a tussle there. The whole Dutch bench was expecting a call. Didn't get it. And now sent into the sky. The opposite way. Could it be something for Callie Bear? No, she loses possession there. Wasn't able to get a handle there. And now some back and forth play. Bit of a tussle. The Dutch playing around in the midfield. Now off to Schnell. And more play there. Trying to make a connection with El Bernis. El Bernis still trying to track it down, and it's going to go out now for a Dutch throw-in. And now we just wait a little bit. I believe we just seen a substitution for the Dutch. Throw in. Callie Bear, I believe, with possession now at the top of the box. And hit. Sandwich between two players, and we're not going to see a call at all. Completely sandwiched between the two Dutch defenders, and we did not receive a call. Callie Bear a bit frustrated with that, but now El Bernis trying to track it forward. Was unable to as it falls back to the feet of Robertson. Callie Bear moving past that and applying pressure. Good cutoff there. Now it falls back to the Hornets, but not for long. See, when you have those 50-50 balls, I think the Hornets are having a little bit of trouble settling it and keeping it in their possession. So the Dutch able to capitalize on those opportunities. Callie Bear trying to fall back and gain possession. She does. Trying to lay it off for El Bernis and unable to. Ooh, and right back into the face of Callie Bear. Robertson gains possession now. And she goes short once again. Callie Bear creating opportunities for the Hornets as of now. I would say she's their main point of attack. And it also just really credit goes to her for just continuing to apply a pressure alone in that back line, applying pressure to that whole back line really, and just creating those opportunities herself. And now it's going to fall back. They're going to set it up like a set piece. Hornets, not unusual to see whenever they get like a call there around that midfield. They usually set it up like a set piece, giving them a chance for a goal scoring opportunity. Arm up. Service. Able to make something happen right into the hands of Robertson. A good attempt. Beautiful, really. The service by Annie Schnell was just too perfect. And now the Dutch work in the middle again. But cut off and challenged by Ali Kemery. Dutch trying to make something happen. Weren't able to lay it off to their number 10, Lena Ray. And still in possession are the Dutch. Good to get a deflection on there with Schnell. Schnell creating a lot of misfortune for the Dutch in the midfield. And now another one shot into the sky. Callie Bear chasing it down, and it's going to be headed out by Harris there on the Dutch defense. Ruby Hogan to throw it in as per usual. In a dangerous spot really for Ruby Hogan because, like I said, she can launch it if she wanted to. Decides to go kind of to that tip. It's going to fall back. And just a missed opportunity for Sydney Hageman. It falls back to her. It was a good opportunity nonetheless. But the Dutch able to get a deflection on it. And now it's going to be a Dutch throw-in. More playing in that midfield I mentioned again. Primarily, I think this game is going to be won in the midfield. But, hey, all attacks stem from that back line in midfield as we see something cook up here at the top of the box. No. And we're just going to see a throw-in now. Dangerous moments for Kalamazoo. Trying to maintain that 1-0 scoreboard, making sure that the deficit doesn't grow. Good win there by Kalamazoo, trying to work it forward for Callie Bear. Does Callie Bear with a spin over the defender. However, she has speed. And now it's a bit of a 2-on-1. She's going to lose it out now, but it's going to be out for a corner. And there's no call. I was not sure who it was awarded for. The official, the sideline official with no call. Then the main official on the field with no call. And finally, after some time, they award a goal kick. A goal kick to Hope College. Jill Leadforth with a bit of frustration there on the sideline. As she believes that would have been, should have been, and could have been a corner for Kalamazoo. But now, dangerous moments. The goal is empty. Forbes coolly just shoves that off to the side there. No other option for Forbes. She was too out of position, out of goal there. Just had to kick that out. Lucky to have a better position on that. But now she could be challenged again. But now sent the other way. Elle Bernis with some speed, showing her stuff. And lost it there as she kind of met two defenders. Unable to split. But it's going to be out for a Kalamazoo throw-in as well for some substitutions. And now we see the throw in. Falls to the top of the box. Kalamazoo unable to settle. And now it's going to give another opportunity to the Dutch. Bit of a missed pass there, missed touch. Kendall getting off a shot. Forbes came out of her marker to try to punch that out and just completely missed the ball. Thought Hope College was going to be able to capitalize on that. They were unable to, which is a sigh of relief for the Hornets. And now it's going to be sent to the opposite side. And still trying to settle. It's going to be the Dutch, but not for long. Ali Camry doing great stuff for the Hornets. And Armin was substituted out for, excuse me, as I wait to find out. It was Armin out for Tavi Butkey. Not a lot of minutes for that freshman. However, I did see her play in another game, and she showed off her stuff for the minutes that she did get. Could we see some type of build-up from Butkey? Well, right now we're watching the Dutch. And back into Forbes' hands. Able to clean that up. And Kayla Cannon in for the Dutch as well. All right, now Schnell trying to work up something. Kalia Bear was there, but didn't chase it down. There was no opportunity for her to do so. And Robertson, after letting it go for a while, is just going to scoop it back up and roll it back in the same direction. And a bit of back and forth play. Just trying to get their eyes up and see if they can cook anything up. And as per usual, the Dutch trying to work off that side. They only send it central when they kind of reach the top of that box. Long throw in is going to set them up beautifully. Could we see a service? We've seen a deflection, and now we're going to see a corner. Now just setting up. See it up like this tempo play that the Dutch set up, as you kind of see like a line of players at the top of the box. Watch, they're going to run in. Should be running in. Yep, as later runs, which causes some trouble, as it almost did there. Those later runs are unmarked, and really that's their target there for that corner. So when they're unmarked, easier to get a shot off. And now we're going to see a substitution for Kalamazoo. Kalia Bear is going to be subbed out. And the Hornets, upon switching positions after the substitution for Bear, is going to be out for a Dutch throw-in. And it's going to be Amelia Rooks in for Kalia Bear. Now everybody pushing up as Forbes has possession. It's going to probably send that into the midfield, trying to set them up for some good play. And does so. Tavi Butkey there, trying to make something happen, unable to. And now it's going to be out for a quick throw-in. Dutch working down that flank and lost it there. It's going to be a Hornet throw-in. And with just about 3 minutes of playtime left in the half, it is a 1-0 game. The Flying Dutch up upon the Hornets. And a bit hard of a challenge there. No call. Officials say play on, and they do. And now we're going to hear a late whistle for potential grab there. Not entirely sure. But it's going to be awarded to the Hornets. Now setting up for another set piece. As the Hornets do, everyone at the top of the box. We're going to see a service here. Arm up. Service. Beautiful service. Robertson there to clean it up. No Hornets were there at the end of that, but it was an amazing service in. Ani Schnell just blessing the crowd with these amazing services tonight. And now Jess Forbes out. Gonna just kick it into the midfield and fall back into the goal. She may get challenged once again. Forbes out of goal. Cleared out and able to. And now Forbes gets to breathe with about a minute left of playtime. But not for long. We're going to see one more corner for the Dutch.
1 minute warning.
I'll hand up. Service. And I think that was Ruby Hogan to just head that out. Trying to do the same, but not for long. The Dutch gained some type of possession, but it was won over. Now El Byrne is trying to apply some pressure, only to be shot sky high. More back and forth play in the midfield. Ruby Hogan able to gain some possession, but again, just not for long as the Dutch just pass it back to their back line, trying to make something happen with about 13 seconds left of playtime. They just need to hold on for about 10 more seconds, but can they? Forbes out. Forbes scoops. And now 3 seconds. And there you have it, folks. That's about 45 minutes of play. Kalamazoo versus the Dutch. Everybody take a breath. As just completely, challenging Forbes throughout the 45 minutes. And let's just take a look of our stats here. Well, the most obvious one is Hope awarded that goal. Not the cleanest shot off, but kind of seemed like Forbes is just not completely in the game yet. Having some sloppy moments and kind of just needing to gather herself a bit. So that goal awarded to Hope. Then we got shots. For shots, now let's look at this stat. Hope College with 15 shots. Kalamazoo with 3. Shots on goal, Hope with 5. Kalamazoo with 3. So at least the 3 shots that Kalamazoo did get on were quality shots and were on goal. Corners, Hope 5. Kalamazoo 1. Definitely a stat to pay attention to, as a lot of corners lead to goal opportunities. But into the half, the Hornets are down by 1. Again, able to keep that deficit to 1, which can set them up later in the game and close that out. And just, credit to Callie Bear. Callie Bear really just pushing that front line for the Hornets and creating opportunities with the help of Ani Schnell in that back midfield section. Ani Schnell giving some good services, perfect services, really, might I add, and just no one able to get at the end of them. So again, the half didn't play out to the best I think that Kalamazoo can do. Not the cleanest play, I think. However, when playing a team like Hope, you must consider the position of MIAA and everything like that. Hope pretty much on the top of those standings, so not exactly the score that we want to go into the half, but better than what it could have been for this Compete for a Cause game, which, by the way, I remind you again, playing for West Michigan Cancer Center, we encourage you to donate online or in person. I'll have more information that when we're back from this half on my Pasillas, and we'll be back in about 12 minutes or so, maybe 13, for the rest of this 45.
Thank you all for attending today's soccer match between Hope College and Kalamazoo Hornets. We would like to take this time to recognize our women's soccer team and their support of the West Michigan Cancer Center for today's Compete for a Cause game. Proceeds from today's game will go to support various funding needs of our local cancer center in West Michigan, and there is a table set up just outside the stadium entrance for those inclined to support. Thank you for your support, and go Hornets!
No, I know. Last night? Oh, well, yeah, no, we lost on it. Yeah, no, I've been down there for a while. Yeah, they were always short. Yeah, we shared the conference championship. Probably playoffs. I think so. Huh? No, I'm playing. No? Yeah, we play. I'm not sure we'll play next. Right there. Yeah, that's what we just said. 1 week, next week. Yeah. Come to the game. I'm not sure yet. We find out tomorrow. Yeah. Oh, duh. Oh, Calvin. expecting less. It's worth it. It's No, yeah, like basketball is really competitive and everything. I don't know. I think it's gonna be. I was actually gonna do like one of my. I play trumpet songs in the summer. And like I went on a visit to Calvin, and like my club teammate was there too, like unexpectedly. And I talked to like, hey, we should go play Calvin together. And then the day before I committed, he commits to a different school in Ohio. And like we were talking about like I was like kind of bummed out, whatever, but like I understand. Like he was between two schools. I'll probably throw him like with some other freshmen. I'm not sure yet.
They are.
No, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. No, yeah, I do not know what's up. Yeah, no one's slow. There's actually a few kids, yeah, Carson. Yeah, there's a, yeah. Kate Rufin, goes there, yeah. Yeah, baseball, yeah. Yeah. I think no one plays baseball, yeah. Yeah, Carson's starting. He dates one of Mia's friends.
Me and G.
Yeah.
Oh, not the other.
You want to sit down, Bob?
No, I'm fine. I'll sit here, Rebecca. I sat down enough. When you were there? No, it's just a open practice. A lot of recruits and stuff. The public can come in. Yeah. It's a public. Public.
Way over there. It's like a 10-minute walk. Yeah, there was really no spot. Can I just catch a ride? Yeah. It's fine. I don't. It's fine. Oh, I grabbed the wrong Yeah, I'm excited. It'll be fun. Yeah, I did. It was actually horrible. No, it was a fun time. Like the weather was terrible. It was like rainy, cold. Yeah, most of his friends from like college, like most of his friends from Oakland. Yeah, so it was really fun. Yeah, it was fun. I know. I hope Michigan wins. I'm very excited. I want to be surprised if they win.
Now we know how
I opened it up. It's like yes, kids. Like, all right, well, I'm not gonna finish this level for you, Joe. We're gonna try to get one of those. Like a holder model. It's like that's what we did for. Yeah. And then we have to buy expensive tents. Because we had 2 years ago, the old assistant followed me on a shot and hit it literally like bent it in. Like he hit the back of it and like bent the middle of it. It was like, yeah. No. You should. I don't know. I hope so. I swear she saw me for a second. No. He's supposed to. He's not supposed to fall through into the eye. She told me she was watching the game last night. Like, it's not like this guy's offensive play. What? No, it's fine. It's good he didn't come. It's good he didn't come. Well, I didn't think it was gonna be like 2-1. Probably would have played next week at home. So now we lost. Probably I was just more like disappointed. Yeah, versus Concordia. We should have won. Because we had the ball like super close to the end zone twice. We couldn't score. beat them, but they beat St. Joe. So it makes no sense.
Kind of let up here. I think it's the first year up like 25-30. Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, I do. I want that one.
I think we played pretty good. We shot really good too.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, they played a lot of zone.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It's hard to like
That's good. You gotta read the book next time. Really?
What they have.
I'm joking.
same time though, like
Alrighty, we are about 2 minutes away from starting the second half here at Mackenzie Field. I'm Maya Pasillas, and this is Hornet Soccer for their Compete for a Cause game. Again, competing for the West Michigan Cancer Center for today's Compete for a Cause game. Proceeds from today's game will go to support various funding needs for our local cancer center in West Michigan. There is a table set out just outside here. I met the people at the table, super kind. But for our listeners online and our viewers online, you can go ahead and donate, I believe, at their website. So definitely look into that. It's a tradition here that they play for a cause. Each team at Kalamazoo will play for a cause, and this is Kalamazoo's women's soccer game, Compete for a Cause. Alrighty, we are just about ready for kickoff, and we are back to our score. It is 1-0. The Dutch are up against our Hornets, and they are winning by just 1. The lead is cut down enough that we can see some crazy stuff here happen, and Kalamazoo still has 45 minutes to come out on top. So excited to see how this one plays out. I thank you for everyone joining us today. And now we just wait for the whistle. And that's the whistle. We are off. Starting with our Dutch. Okay, already seen a lot more pressure from Kalamazoo, which I prefer pressure type of play, so it's good to see, but already an opportunity top of the box. Number 22 for Hope College, able to get a shot off. It was Harris again. Forbes able to get her hands on that one quickly. And now an opportunity at the opposite end. Flicked over the goalie and goal! Goal for the Hornets. Completely chipped over Robertson. A marvelous one at that. And now we're at a completely different game. Consider this a 0-0. Wow. Can you believe it? Sydney Hageman with an assist from Callie Bear. I mentioned them both. Callie Bear creating marvelous opportunities for the Hornets. And we've seen it now as Sydney Hageman gets fed from a Bear. Sydney Hageman from far out chips it over the goalkeeper. And now it's a 1-1 game. Wow, I am still in disbelief. I am still in shock. And now it's played in the opposite direction again. The Dutch scrambling a little bit. Bit unexpected, I think, from their side. And they play on as now we get a Dutch throw-in. I mentioned how pressure can do marvelous things, and I think I can attribute that goal to pressure. Already coming into the half, we've seen a change in the style from Kalamazoo as they were playing more on their back foot for the majority of the first half, and now applying pressure like it's no one's problem. So, again, that ball won in the midfield. As I mentioned, this game being primarily played in the midfield. But we continue. And now, both teams are playing to win. Before, Hope was just defending their 1-0 lead, and now it's anybody's game. Even ending in a tie would give some extra points in MIAA standings for Kalamazoo. Hope standing in second under Calvin at this time. And now Hope looking to respond. Unable to. Savannah Norman was there to head that in the other direction. Now Kalamazoo looking to work up that flank once again. And just blocked off, and we have a player down. Still not up. No call, though, and now up and walking. Good to see. Hope still trying to come up with an answer. Hope trying to go central now, and they do, but it was cut off. And Ruby Hogan trying to win that. Oh, and a big challenge coming in from Savannah Norman, making her presence known in that back line. She came in off her position and just skied that. Good block there by Savannah Norman. And now sent in the opposite direction, trying to get it into midfield. We're unable to. Now some tussle with Ruby Hogan. Dutch still trying to settle. Dutch unable to as it falls to Ali Armin. Now going in the opposite direction, and the pass was a little bit off. But still Dutch unable to settle, and now it's going to fall to El Bernis. And sent back in by Norman, and now a big challenge. El Bernis just completely knocked out of her position. It's going to be a foul called, and now it's going to be possession Hornets. And now we're going to see another service attempt by number 22, Annie Schnell. Schnell providing marvelous service opportunities for the Hornets. Can they capitalize? Arm up. Service into the box. Had a beauty of a spin to it, but I think it was off the mark this time. And now the Dutch are running in the opposite direction. Trying to beat out two. Service into the box. And it's going to be cleared back out. Annie Schnell sent that back, and now it's going to be awarding the Dutch a corner. I think Annie Schnell should have probably cleared that out the opposite way, but clearance nonetheless gives them a chance to regather themselves. And now service into the box. Almost mishandled there. Could have ended badly. And now we're going to see another corner for the Dutch on the opposite side. 0-0 game. You've seen the beauty of a goal earlier from Sydney Hageman. Chipped it over Robertson on the opposite end of the field. Now they hope to respond here. Sent into the box. Nobody home, and it's going to be out again, but this time possession Hornets. It's going to be a goal kick. Now everybody pushes back into the midfield as per usual. Forbes going to send this into the half. Just 5 minutes into the second half, we've seen Sydney Hageman chip it over Robertson, and now we're playing a completely different game. Kalamazoo applying more pressure than ever. In the majority of this game, I didn't see a lot of pressure. And now we're seeing pressure like it's nobody's problem. Callie Bear serving as an assist for that goal. I mentioned how she's creating a lot of opportunity for the Hornets. She was the lone presser in the first half, so good to see the support of the rest of the team now. It was probably a strategic play, but nonetheless, now everybody's pressing. And now a bit of back and forth. It's going to be kind of chipped upwards. Ali Armin just kind of sending that. Then lost possession to the Dutch. Hornets doing good to just see that one out. We're going to see a substitution now. Number 24 is going to be coming out, Ali Camry. Ali Camry had some time in the light today. She really shined bright on the midfield. Seen her do some couple challenges, played out well, just not able to capitalize at the end of them. And Tavi Butkey is going to be back in for Ali Camry. And now the Dutch at the top of the box. Dutch with possession, trying to get a shot off and blocked by Tavi Butkey. Tavi Butkey able to get her foot up on that one. And Forbes now to show off her leg once more. Elburn is trying to make something happen. Waiting for the out whistle, and we finally heard it, a bit delayed. And now throw in from Savannah Norman. Falls to Tavi Butkey. But now it's Ruby Hogan. Challenged a bit. Elburn is trying to offer some support, and they lose it to the Dutch. It's going to fall back to Robertson. And now they're just going to pick up possession points. Driving forward. Good play into the midfield. Top of the box. Try to lay it off. Top of the box again. Shot off. Goal! Goal for number 13, Hope College. Sophie Novak got the shot off. Hit that inner part of the crossbar and was just in on the end of the goal. A beautiful shot off, might I add. And it was, again, Sophie Novak. And an assist by Haley Bernard. And now we're back where we started with a 1-goal deficit. Kalamazoo looking to respond now. They were able to do it once. Can Kalamazoo do it twice? We wait to find out, as now a foul is awarded in Kalamazoo's favor. It was a nice shot off there by Sophie Novak. Forbes trying to get a hand on it, and I think she just mistimed her jump a little bit. It was just chipped over, really, and kind of curved into that inner part, but we see the service now. Long service. Falls to the head of Elburn. Loose. Trying to tip it again, and just over the crossbar. It almost worked twice. That chip almost worked twice. And now everybody reformatting themselves as the Dutch go in the opposite direction. Bit of a powerful touch there by Bree Rose. Just going to kick it out of the sideline. Now some communication, and we're going to see some help to tie her shoes. We've seen this actually another time. Some good sportsmanship out here on Mackenzie Field. And Forbes all set to send it into the midfield. And now into the midfield. A little short, meant for Tavi Butkey. And actually just causes those two Dutch defenders to kind of just pancake over each other. Now it's going to be out for a Kalamazoo throw-in. Launched into a bit of green. Ruby Hogan trying to settle it, but she kicks it out. Now it's going to be a Dutch throw-in from a position they probably didn't want to give up. And now playing down the flank. Gonna send in a service, but it was low and was no problem for Kalamazoo. Trying to get a clearance, Kalamazoo. Can they do it? They can't. It falls back to the top of the box. Trying to turn around. And picked up by Forbes. But not before it was a little bit of a tussle at the kind of edge of the top of the box there. No call. And we play on. Now, Hornets trying to respond. Callie Bear on the ball. Laying it off for Ruby Hogan. Ruby Hogan back to Callie Bear. Callie Bear trying to keep it. Callie Bear kind of toe poked out of Callie Bear's possession. It's going to be awarded to the Hornets. And we're also going to see a substitution. And now we're going to see a throw in. Sent in nicely. At the top of the box now. And the ref's seen something he didn't like. It's going to be possession. Dutch. And Tavi Buckey is out for Ali Camry. Ali Camry taking a breath, and now she's back in. And the Dutch have something working up now. On the flank, but not for long. It's going to be out for a corner, though. And the opportunity remains the same for the Dutch as they get another corner on the half. And if you're just joining us, it's 2-1. Kalamazoo down by 1, excuse me. And we're seeing a service now, trying to make the deficit bigger. Forbes got out of goal, but unable to cleanly grab it. But it was cleared out. And able to split those, but not for long. As Ali Camry was there to clean it up for Kalamazoo. More back and forth play. And now a throw in for the Dutch. And right back out, we do it twice. Now, good pass to the top of the box. Lost her footing. It's not going to work out. Dutch trying to repossess it. Service to the edge of the box. Sophie Novak trying to make a connection again with the ball, unable to. Now Ruby Hogan on the floor. And it's going to be back with the Dutch. And now one-on-one. Forbes there first. Scoops it up. We've seen Kalamazoo respond to Hope College. It was a 1-0 game, Hope up. And then response from Kalamazoo sent it 1-1. And now Hope responding again. It is 2-1. And about 30 minutes left of playtime. Kalamazoo needs to respond again, and they might. Elle Burness on the ball. Well, really, she's really on the ball. And a bit of a tussle there, but I think it was 50-50 tussle, so no call from the ref. Kelly Abair getting a little bit of a shove there, but nothing too much. Loses it, and now it's at the back line of the Dutch. Now everybody takes a breath, but not for long as the Dutch push forward. Trying to make something happen at the flank, but now they're at the top of the box. Oh, and try to kind of give like a back touch pass almost. Forbes able to read it, scoops it up, and Kalamazoo's safe for now. Good header to lay it off. Ali Kemery with the header there to just lay that off. Falls back into the possession. A bear trying to settle, unable to. Now the Dutch still trying to settle, and now falls to the feet of the Hornets. Oh, and not for long as they're beat out in the midfield once again. Trying to work up that flank. Now it's going to be speed against speed, and the Dutch have it. But the defending's there, and they're going to get beat out, then called offsides as they try to play it back into the box. The offside flag is up, and possession is back with the Hornets. What a game, folks. You tuned into a good one. Hope College up 2-1. Compete for a cause. Don't forget, we encourage you to donate to the West Michigan Cancer Center. All proceeds from today's game will be going to that cancer center, as it is the cause that the women's soccer team here at Kalamazoo chose to compete for. And now something, a bit of a worry, but not for long. Forbes there to just grab the ball. Kalamazoo's been looking to answer now for a couple minutes. They responded quickly within 5 minutes of the second half. It was a 1-1 game. Sydney Hageman was the one to respond. And right here, it's going to be a foul call. And now, we're at a set piece here are the Dutch. Dutch, long service, unable to connect with anyone. Kemery unable to clear it nicely. Now it's going to fall again to the Dutch. Bit of a collision. Maeve Nolan making her defensive presence known, as you're not going to get past her. Body blocked the ball, but it's going to be out for a Dutch corner. Another dangerous opportunity. Hand up. Service. Header. And some type of foul. It was a push on the back. Not completely sure, but it falls to the possession of the Hornets. Either way, it was cleared out. Good positioning in the box by the Hornets. Now Forbes to send it into the midfield. Now Elburn is trying to work up that flank. It's going to get sent out, but it's going to stay within possession of the Hornets. And it's going to be Savannah Norman to throw it in. Long throw in. Trying to reach Callie Bear. Falls back to Savannah Norman. And then she's going to do it again. Long throw in. Repeat of the same play. Maeve Nolan there. Good beat out here. Could be something for the Hornets as they send it to the side. Oh, try to play a split ball through to Callie Bear. There was also the going run for Elle Bernis on the flank that I think she didn't see. Elle Bernis started a run and they were unable to help her out there. And now possession falls again to the Dutch. And a little bit of back and forth here. I mentioned how the majority of this game is going to be played in the midfield, and now it really has. I think second half possession has been way better by Kalamazoo. First half, they played primarily in Kalamazoo's half with the Dutch with majority of the possession, but second half has been more of a 50-50 split. Bit of a more competitive game. The Dutch on top, though, 2-1. And now with the throw-in. Launched in. Kind of got a leg to it. No one here to settle just yet. Trying to settle, still unable to. It's going to fall to the Dutch now. Callie Bear tried to chase it down. Again, now it looks like Kalamazoo's kind of on that back foot a little bit. Not a whole lot of pressure. It's kind of like a semi-press with Callie Bear applying most of it until the ball gets close enough to one of their markers. And an opportunity at the top of the box. A little shimmy. Shot off and off the mark. A good opportunity for Hope College. Unable to capitalize. Gave some fancy footwork. Shot off the left foot, and it was just off the mark. And it's going to be Forbes to send it into the midfield once again. Now some fancy footwork. Split 3 defenders. Trying to get the 4th. Shot over the mark. Trying to do a repeat of hitting that top post. Get that inner side of that post and kind of get a deflection into the goal. Didn't work out this time. And Forbes to send it out once more. And there it was. Sent into the midfield. Burness trying to gain some possession. Little bit of a back and forth. Now trying to make sure that it comes out. They're going to call a foul call on Burness. A little bit of a shove on the back on Olivia Deepa. Caliber applying that lone pressure once again. More work to be done in the midfield. Ruby Hogan trying to make it happen. Doesn't happen. Ruby Hogan still applying that pressure. And now a nice slip ball through. Forbes out. Forbes able to scoop it up. Forbes still able to put a dent in their plans. Creating more trouble for the Dutch. Making the opportunity not too easy. Caliber actually had a well-touched, like a good touch there. I think if there was a late run kind of supporting that, could have turned into something. And now we play on. Bit of more backline play. Possession percentage just running up for the Dutch here. But honestly, both teams kind of unable to settle for the majority of the midfield. Bit of a back and forth. It's not till they send it, and now they did. And there was kind of 2 unmarked women there in the box, and Forbes just doing good to come out and get that out of the air. Now again, able to get possession are the Dutch. Good through ball in, but the run was a little too late. Forbes was positioned well out of goal and able to just scoop it up. Now, Ruby Hogan has sent it down, but it's out now. And it's going to be possession Dutch. Good idea nonetheless, though. Trying to run it to El Bernis, and we're going to see some substitutions for the Dutch. Bit of a one-on-one contact there. It's going to be possession Dutch nonetheless as it was off Ruby Hogan. Sent in by number 24, Megan McCauley. Now, continue to play here. Midfield beat out, but defending is still good for Kalamazoo. Ruby Hogan creating the trouble that she does, trying to get some support. Trying to get a good header on it with Savannah Norman. Unfortunately, just skimmed the top of her head. It's going to be out now for a Dutch throw-in. A little bit higher up the field. And out once again. Good pressure applied there by Maeve Nolan. Trying to break up play. Albernis trying to toe poke it out. Unable to service from the side. It was low. Albernis again. Sent it down the line, but out for another Dutch throw-in. And we're going to get a whistle call, making sure that they're in the right position for the throw-in. Trying to sneak up a little bit higher up the line. Some footwork on the flank. And offsides. The flag is up. Offsides and possession falls back into Kalamazoo's hand. Or feet, should I say. And Ani Schnell to send it over. Does so just at the edge, hugging the line. Alberna's able to get a header on it. Then Ruby Hogan now is trying to send it forward for Callie Bear, I believe. And now it falls to the feet of Ali Armin, but loses possession. It's going to be the Dutch now. Trying to beat and unable to. Kate Clayhorse making sure that's not any trouble for Kalamazoo and does so cleanly. Good defending there. And it's awarded as a goal kick for Kalamazoo. Well, you could probably hear it from the crowd. They thought otherwise. Now into the midfield. A lot of bodies. No one to settle yet. Still in the air. Still loose. Albernis. Send it to Ruby Hogan. Hogan back to Albernis. Bernis up the flank. Bernis trying to make something happen. Through ball. Callie Bear, but not on the same page. And now Forbes to try to clear it out and does. But Callie Bear was on an offside position that could have led to something. Callie Bear kind of knowing that she was, didn't even try to get that ball. And now the Dutch playing forward. Try to slip a through ball in. Still applying the pressure to Forbes. Forbes scoops it up safely. And we continue play with about 16 minutes left of play time. Hope College 2, Hornets 1. And Hornets looking to respond. And playing up that flank as the Dutch do. Toe poked out, but it's going to be a corner. Corners heavily outweighing the Hornets corners. And Hope College looking to grow the lead. And service. A lot of late runs. Trying to connect with that back post player. But unable to as the ball was just a little long. Overall, a nice attempt as Forbes is now ready to send it back over to the midfield. And now the light's shining on the field. Kind of gives a sense of opportunity, doesn't it? Could we see a response from the Hornets? Well, we have about 15 minutes of playtime to find out. Pressure from Albernis. And now kind of, again, not applying the pressure that I would like to see, but I think they're wary of keeping that deficit at 2-1. Ruby Hogan able to win it back. Oh, a bit of a mishandle there from Savannah Norman, but Savannah Norman able to try to get it off, and it's going to be out for a Kalamazoo throw-in. It's going to be Savannah Norman to throw it in. There it is. It might go out again. Hugged that line. Stayed fair. And now a bit of a back and forth. As Ali Armin working down that flank, trying to make something happen. She has pressure on her. Maybe trying to get it out for a corner. Trying to get a turnaround. Unable to. And it's going to be Albernis to just kick that out there. Oh, excuse me. It was not. I believe it was a Dutch defender that my vision is a little obscure here in the box. And now Maeve Nolan trying to flick it backwards, but it was beat. Maeve Nolan in a foot race, and they both fall. We're going to see a card, but I don't think that was ill intent. And that's going to be a yellow card on Maeve Nolan, but I honestly think that momentum was pushing both of them towards each other. And they tumbled, got their feet wrapped up, but it's gonna cause a yellow card for Maeve Nolan there, as the official did not like what he saw. And giving the Dutch an opportunity here as they set up a set piece. Service into the box. Forbes out, but the service was just too long. No danger for the Hornets. Now Forbes to send it into the midfield. Trying to lay it off. Cali Bear trying to get there, unable to. And it's going to be out for a Dutch throw-in. In the green, again, not a lot of pressure on her, so she was able to work with it. Now it's going to be out, and it's going to be a corner for the Dutch once again. I mentioned how corners can lead to a lot here, and honestly, giving up these opportunities to the Dutch is not to the favor of Kalamazoo right now. But not a lot of pressure being applied either in the midfield. Maybe trying to maintain the score line until maybe the last couple minutes where they let it loose, but now a header, but it was cleared out. Not a lot of danger behind that one. And a good layover. Beat one defender. Can she split the two? She does, but there was a lot of contact on that, and I think that's going to warrant a card, and it does. And that's our third yellow card of the game. I mentioned it was going to be physical, and it was. It is. Excuse me. And now we're going to see another opportunity for the Hornets as they set it up like a set piece now. Hand up. And service. Chipped it kind of to the top of the box. It's not going to fall in their favor. And back over to Onyx Schnell. She might get another opportunity to do it twice. But she's going to play it, and it's going to come out. It's going to be a Dutch throw-in. And also 3 subs for the Dutch. And they're just resetting to give the clock a little bit more time here. And we resume play. And here it is. Hornets now down to about 11 minutes and 20 seconds to respond to the goal earlier that ruined their 1-1 tie. Rained on their parade a little bit as it gave them an opportunity to start off 0-0. But now we're back down to the 1-goal deficit. And long service over. Maybe a one-on-one shot over everything. Over Forbes and over the post. Little bit dangerous, but the score line remains the same. And Forbes to send it back into the midfield. Possession with the Dutch. A good pass. Maybe a little bit too long. Can she make it? She does. Volkert showing off her speed. And now it's going to be out for a corner. The Dutch, another corner. Another opportunity to grow the lead. They go to the top of the box now, different. 25 with a shot off the mark, but a good idea. Macaulay with the shot off there, number 25 for Hope College. And now it's back to the feet of Forbes. And Dutch trying to settle. Bit of a trouble there, and they are unable to because of good pressure applied by the Hornets. Might see some type of change in play now from the Hornets as we have about 9 minutes left on the clock. Good, trying to get a clearance there and does, but not too far. It's going to fall. Bit of a mishandle there. Going to create an opportunity for Kalamazoo as it falls to a Bear, but a Bear getting beat out. Going to be toe poked out for possession Hornets. And now we get a throw in for the Hornets. Oh, trying to make something happen there. It was Ali Camry with possession for a second. Came right back out, though, and it's going to award Kalamazoo with another throw-in. Tossed into the box. Long header back in the opposite direction. Now body collision there. And calling for the clock to stop. They're going to call the trainer onto the field to check everyone out. Not sure the contact. I thought I seen body on body, but usually officials stop the clock and the game for any type of head collision that may happen. And now we're also going to see a substitution for Hope College. And we wait here for resume play. It's going to be a drop ball. Drop ball. Possession to the Hornets. Oh, and she just lost her footing. And another stop clock. Not exactly sure what happened now. I'm not sure. Still waiting for confirmation on what exactly happened. Well, it was a conversation now. Are they calling a PK? We're unsure. Still waiting. Everyone is confused now. And now we sit in silence to find out. Conversations between the official and the Hope College coach there. Now, seems like everybody's on the same page, and it is going to be a PK for Ruby Hogan. She has an opportunity to change the whole game. It's a 2-1 game in Hope College's favor, and now it's all on the cleat of Ruby Hogan. Shot. Save! And on the ricochet, she gets the shot in. Originally saved by Robinson, and everybody had a delayed reaction. It was Ruby Hogan to tap it back in, and this is a different ball game. It is a 2-2 game now. Hornets able to respond off the penalty kick. Ruby Hogan, we thank you. And we all breathe a little sigh of relief, but now there's only 7 minutes and 50 seconds to see how this one plays out. I think everybody on the stands cheering for Kalamazoo, thanking Ruby Hogan right now. Hogan, give her the golden boot. And now Callie Bear applying some pressure. Ruby Hogan breathing some life back into Kalamazoo. And now Hope College looking to respond, but not now. Alberna is trying to track it down. Not a lot of pressure on the back line. Everybody kind of on their back foot, giving Hope a lot of green. And when I say a lot of green, I mean a lot of green. Kind of loose. Clearance now. Strong clearance by Savannah Norman. Sent it all the way back to Robertson. Robertson goes short. Bernice cutting off the short option, so they go long. And it's going to be out for a Forbes goal kick. Well, would you look at that? It is a 2-2 game. Basically 0-0. We can consider it. And we're back to the beginning now with about 5% of the time that they would have had in a regular game. They got about 6 minutes left. Ruby Hogan, definitely the star of this one, creating opportunities off everywhere, all over the field, really. I've seen her on offer position, inner position, and the forward position, all the way in the back line. She's really honestly creating a lot of their opportunities now. And now possession back with the Hornets, trying to make it happen. Unable to. Falls back to the Dutch here. And now they push it up the flank. Might be too long, waiting for it to roll out, and does. Forbes to kick it to the midfield once again. We play on with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left and a tied game. Again, if you just joined us, Ruby Hogan with the penalty kick to even out the scoreboard. It's 2-2 and about 5 minutes left. Now thrown in. Dutch trying to make something happen. They are denied. Good pass there. Kind of chipped it over to her teammate. Unable to settle cleanly. But doesn't ruin the opportunity. Falls backwards. Header. Maeve Nolan trying to clear. Bit of miscommunication. Forbes off her line. And now it finally goes out. It finally goes out for a Hope College corner. And it feels like the whole game weighs on this one. As the arms up. The corner service. Forbes there to push it out. She got a punch on it and now cleared. But not far enough. Falls back to the Dutch. And 1 over now. Playing up the field and not on the same page. Ruby Hogan trying to feed it to El Bernice. El Bernice was not doing that run. Then a slip ball pass. Going to fall right back to Forbes. Forbes into the midfield. Ruby Hogan got ahead to it. And now official calls a foul call as a little bit of push on the back from Hope. And we're going to see Schnell to give some sort of, try to set up some sort of play here in the last 3 minutes of this game. Sun's out once again. It's a moment of opportunity for the Hornets. Service. Falls to the Dutch, but not for long. I believe that was Camry or Norman to kick it back in. Now El Bernice between two defenders, and it's going to be kicked out. Robertson to put it back into play now. Hope College goal kick. Now we finally get to see Robertson's leg here. She sends it into the midfield to the head of Ruby Hogan. El Bernice to kick it in the opposite direction. Falls back to Robertson. She's going to do it twice. And we play on. 2 minutes left on the scoreboard. As the crowd holds in their breath and see how this one plays out. It's going to be, as of now, a Dutch throw-in. And service, it was low. But they tried to feed it and it was low, and then completely cleared the fence as well. For a Dutch throw-in. And it's going to be off the Dutch. Possession Hornets. And 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Forbes. Send it on the edge of the midfield. And she does. Falls to the head of the Dutch. Okay, but not for long. Opportunity, and it runs out of space. Ran out of greenery there. Now 52 seconds left. I think Hornets are just looking to hold on as it cleared out over the fence once again. And waiting for a throw-in now. Throw-in Dutch. And out again. Running out the clock. It's now 38 seconds. Could they get an opportunity off? And it's out now. Forbes might get the final good touch here as she'll just send it into the midfield. 20 seconds on the clock. Can we see something happen? She goes kind of short than her usual. Lays it off to El Bernis. Bernis a little too strong. Hogan. Hogan's just going to lay it off, really. And it's going to be called out. And that is the end of how this one plays out here on Mackenzie Field. There you have it, folks. Hope College versus Kalamazoo College ends in a 2-2 game. Wow. And now I'll go over some stats overall for anyone who joined us late. Wow, really. But again, just as a reminder, it is the West Michigan Cancer Center that they're playing for today. Compete for a cause, so don't forget to go ahead and we encourage you really to donate to that West Michigan Cancer Center again. And now let's just go over some stats. So the big story here, okay, Kalamazoo was down 1-0, right, in the first half, and they kind of lost a goal early in the game. It was a 1-0 game. Then coming out of the half into the second half, they completely changed their point of attack and were way more pressure. A lot more pressure, in my opinion, was being applied in the beginning of that second half. Changed the course of the game. It became a 1-1 game. I believe it was thanks to Sydney Hageman, but I'll confirm that in just a moment. From there, it became a 1-1 game, then a 2-1 game when Hope scored once again. And then finally, a PK was awarded to Hogan, and she made it a 2-2 game. And that was towards the end of the game. Kind of ran out of time. Wasn't able to make a lot happen. They just kind of wasted off the clock, and it ended off in a tie against Hope College, which I honestly think still is considerably a good game. And still changed the script, right? A lot of people coming into this was kind of thinking Hope College would secure the win, and that's just not what played out today. Shots on goal, Hope College outweighed Kalamazoo 8-6. Corners, which I think is important to highlight, completely outweighed Kalamazoo as Hope College got 13 corners, Kalamazoo with only 1 on the game. And yellow cards were another big thing today as Kalamazoo was awarded 3 yellow cards on the day and Hope with 1. Foul calls were even, though, with 3-3. And Hope College caught offsides a couple times. Other than that, though, I thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Maya Pasillas. This was Hope College versus Kalamazoo College, ending in a 2-2 draw. And we hope you join us later for the men's soccer game at around 7 p.m. I'll be joining you again, hopefully besides Tanner White. And I bid you a good day until then.